Hey everyone, it's Dave.
Hey, it's Brandon
You're listening to Davenports on Sports.
on Davenports Sports Network.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, hope you guys all had a good week and had some fun this past weekend.
Yes.
Hey,
Please check out our Facebook page. Like and share us. And, there's polls almost daily on this day in sports, and we got blogs coming out from both of us. Hopefully, a couple times a week now.
yeah, I didn't mean to jump in on you there. Yeah, we got some blogs. I'm trying my hand at writing, so we shall see. Also, check us out on Twitter at Davenport_SN. We're throwing blog pieces up between polls and everything else. So feel free to join us and interact with us. The more, the merrier.
Absolutely.
We have been talking about maybe trying to do a live pregame show. So the more followers we can get, more people to interact. That'll help out big time down the road. So interaction's good.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
Hey, I wanted to start off talking college basketball.
Yeah, bring it on.
And I was really impressed with Purdue.
Yeah.
I know their opponents maybe weren't the best, but they look like a team who's ready to play. I mean, they look tough.
Yeah, but that's always kind of been a staple for Purdue. They start off really strong and get really weak before the playoffs, or vice versa. So hopefully this year they can push on through the whole season and deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, as a team right now, I know it's only been a couple games, but they're shooting 60% from the field, and they're just rebounding well. And the stat that jumps out to me is they're averaging 8.5 blocks a game, which is insane.
Yeah, that's pretty big stat there. You know, something really, when they that Swanigan left, I was kind of worried. Now, like you said earlier, they haven't played anybody really good. I mean, they blew out Chicago State, 111-42.
Right.
I mean,
They did what they were supposed to do.
Exactly. And it kind of, I like seeing them play these lesser teams, but it kind of, you want to get to the meat of the teams. You want them to be playing Louisville or, Butler even. I mean, Butler's not ranked. They always have a good, solid program.
Well, yeah, and anybody in state's usually going to play you pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to veer too far off, but with IU, I mean, look at them. What happened with them in Indiana State?
Yeah, I mean, who's seen that coming? Really?
That's embarrassing, dude. And Purdue fans will use that for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, Indiana State, pretty much the lower team down in Terre Haute, and they come in to Assembly Hall and they whoop their ass. I mean, they won.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they shot the lights out too. They were 17 of 26 on 3-pointers. That's 65%. That's tough. That's going to be tough. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm going to chalk that one up to just extraordinary shooting from Indiana State. So we'll see, because I think Indiana's next opponent's Seton Hall, and I think they're ranked like 22nd or something, and that's going to be huge.
Yeah,
I think Indiana has a.
Go ahead. No, please.
I think Indiana has a tough schedule. I think they have a tougher schedule than Purdue even.
Now I haven't checked IU schedule as of late. It's been a couple days, but Purdue, the next 5 games, they're tonight playing Marquette. Saturday, Fairfield, which would be on November 18th. They play Tennessee on the 22nd. Louisville, which right now is ranked 18th, on the 28th. And then Maryland on December 1st. I mean, they other than Louisville, they aren't really playing anybody.
Right. Well, there's winnable games for sure. As far as IU goes, their next game is at Seton Hall. Seton Hall's 22nd. Then they got a few, UCF, Southern Florida, Eastern Michigan. But then on the 29th of this month, they have Duke.
Yeah. Now, if Duke keeps that number one seed, which a lot can happen, but I mean that's a real test. I mean, I get the point of these lower tier colleges playing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
how do how does that mentally, you being kind of a big basketball advocate, how does that get you prepared for a number one Duke?
Yeah, it doesn't. And it's supposed to you're supposed to go out, run all over them, build your confidence up, you know, and then go into games. You're supposed to be carrying momentum. No matter who you beat, a win gains momentum. And when you're getting beat by Indiana State, which I'm not taking anything away from Indiana State, man.
No.
They beat them by 21.
Yes. Now, they played Howard on the 12th of this month, and they only beat them by 9. It looks like.
Yes.
I mean, where's the? So you're telling me they're playing these lower tier teams to get confidence? Is that confidence? I mean, look at Purdue. They played a lower tier team and they blew them out well over 50 points.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it can backfire because you schedule these teams at the beginning of the year to get rolling, and then one of them beats you, and it can knock the wind out of you.
So
And it looks like,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, no.
After Duke, they have Michigan, Iowa, Louisville, and Notre Dame. That's in the next 4.5 weeks. That's
So
Notre Dame's ranked 13th, Louisville's 18th. So I mean,
so let me go back to the whole scheduling the lower tier teams and everything. Wouldn't you rather, in the first of the year, get beat by a Duke than Indiana State?
absolutely, you don't want to get beat, but I mean, of course,
I guess I
you
don't
don't want
see
to.
the point in, because in basketball you hear during March Madness the whole upset shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're get Wichita State, a few years ago. What? I mean, upsets can happen. Why risk it?
Right, and the tourney's built for upsets, but the regular season, man, I mean, a lot of that's money. You're going to play a smaller school because it helps that school out. That school's ready to try to make a leap and make a little money playing a team like that. And I think it really knocked the wind. Being the first game of the season too, I think it really knocked the wind out of Indiana.
Does Indiana make the NCAA tournament this year?
They have a really tough road ahead of them. They have a really tough road ahead of them.
It,
I honestly believe that they have a tougher schedule than Purdue. And I know the Big Ten's tough to begin with, but I just looking at their schedule, Purdue's the better team, and they're going to do better.
sure, but you're avoiding the question. You know what I mean? Does Indiana make, in your eyes, the NCAA March Madness tournament?
No, because they're going to have to beat the Dukes, and they're going to have to beat Notre Dame, and they're going to have to beat the Michigan States, because you're supposed to beat these smaller schools, and then you're losing to them, and that's not going to help you move up, because they're playing in December. They play Fort Wayne,
Yes, I want to
Tennessee
get back
Tech.
to that.
It's like they play some really crappy schools too a little later in the year, and that's not going to help anything.
Exactly. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Fort Wayne last year that upset Indiana?
Fort Wayne,
You
Fort
know,
Wayne.
the big city northeast of here?
Yeah, that I think it's the capital of Indiana. I'm not sure.
It could be. I don't know my geography, but I think it might be
Yeah, it is. That's the Fort Wayne Pistons.
the Fort Wayne Pistons.
That's right.
Why
I'm
are they?
not sure.
I wanted to say Fort Wayne beat them last year. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
I couldn't
to
look at Tom Crean's hairdo.
exactly. But if let's just say it was Fort Wayne that upset Indiana last year, why would you schedule them again? I mean, what's the point? I mean, because
Because
you're risking it.
they got better. They got better, and there's no way Fort Wayne's as probably as good as they were last year.
They how they get? I mean, Indiana State came in, and no discredit to Indiana State, but they come in and give them a whooping.
I know, but they shot the lights out, man. They made 17 threes. They only had like 29 field goals for the game, and 17 of them were threes. And they were 17 and 26. Man, that's when they played lights out, dude. But uh, they knocked IU on their heels right from the get go, and they never recovered.
I wish like an Indiana State would make the NCAA tournament, men's basketball tournament. I enjoy that time of year. It just is great, and it would actually mean more. You know what I mean? In a tournament setting. So maybe someday they can make it.
I think so because when I see a team like Butler, uh, the tournament, I always root for them, man. How can
Yeah,
you not?
exactly. And I think the men's basketball they have it, and the women's too. They have it figured out. You know, people want to watch a tournament. You go to the football side, you have all the BCS bowls and the Frito Lay Bowl or whatever. It just seems like there's so many bowl games and it's pointless. Like there's so many.
Yeah, the Summer's Eve Bowl.
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody wants to see that.
exactly. I guarantee you that'll be a bowl
Yeah.
game someday. I
Why does it
wish
smell like summer rain in here? Yeah.
I I just wish men's college football would take up a tournament. You know, they're it's like the standings now. Wisconsin they're 10-0. All right, and I'm just kind of throwing this stuff out here on you.
Okay.
They're ranked fifth as of right now. Everybody else has one loss. Well, they're saying their schedule's lighter. It's easier. Okay,
Right.
but they're 10-0. I mean, they beat teams. They beat pretty good, damn good teams. You know, why can't they come up with something, a playoff system where maybe each team in the conference, their champion goes and plays in a playoff for the championship? Because we were talking about Purdue basketball, and what are they ranked now? 19.
Who?
So
Purdue in
yeah,
basketball?
yeah.
In basketball, they're ranked 19th. Yeah.
You know, at the beginning of the year, Purdue got a new coach. They made some changes around there, but there was never a feeling of these guys are going to win it all. Because you have
Right.
your Georgias, you have your Auburns, you have your Clemsons, you have your Alabamas. You know what I
Roll
mean?
Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
It,
Bama.
I mean, but why would I want to go as a casual fan? Okay, looking out on the outside here, why would I want to go watch Purdue? I mean, they might get it in the summer Eve Bowl. You know what I mean? It
The
just
Brazers Bowl.
the
The
Brazers
freaking.
Bowl. That make it rain.
No, please, God, don't make it rain.
But you see what I'm saying? I mean, it's
I do.
aggravating because I would
But I
love.
think if they're gonna do, dude, if they're gonna do a playoff though, they're gonna have to cut the teams down to even smaller. You know what I mean? It's gonna have to be like a 12 team tournament or something. It can't be a 68 like it is in college basketball.
No, exactly. But do it per conference. I think in the FBC or FBS, there's 11 conferences, and
Yes.
then you
Yes.
have your
TFU. DTA.
DTA. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
know what that is, but it just bring these. Basketball. They have the Big Ten champions. Purdue was last year. These guys can't go out and play, you know, 3 games a week.
No,
Why can't they? Like you said before, there's like a month in between the national championship and their last game. That
I do hate
month,
that.
you could play games and see who, because a Purdue, an Indiana, an Iowa, a Wisconsin, which is a five now, you know what I mean, seeded number 5. They have a chance to win it, man. And the
I
alumni and the
agree.
fans, they could do it. I get it. Money is the root of all and everything, but give these teams a chance, man. It blows my mind because there's money going to be made.
Well, yeah, they're not worried about that, and that's because they know they can rest for a month because they know they're going to the Pornhub Bowl and they're going to make money.
You're sounding like a robot over there, just FYI.
Well, I put my Kanye West. This is my Casey and JoJo mic. I got to switch.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
me
switching
get
it
my
over.
Garth Brooks headset on.
All
I got
right,
a shirt on that is 2 different colors. That looks like 2 shirts.
well, I don't think you've changed your bike yet because you're still a robot.
All right. How's that?
A little better, a little better. Nope, you're back to
How's
the
that?
robot. You are a robot
Oh,
now, man. I swear I'm listening to a Styx album right now.
I'm Valtrex, the robot.
Yeah, you got some major feedback coming on in your end.
I don't need your feedback. All right, how's that?
Not good. I'd try maybe unplugging and replugging. And I'm still here. We're going to stand by till Brandon gets his side figured out. And maybe. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? And we still lost Brandon. So, while we're waiting, I just want to go back to that whole BCS program I was talking about. You know, it just, as a fan, someone that don't follow it to the extremes like most do. Coming into the year, if you know your team more than likely ain't gonna make a championship run, it's kind of demoralizing in the fact of at the end they might get a bowl game against some mediocre college team clear across west, and it would build more hype. It would have to generate more revenue. I mean, I don't understand why these organizations are not taking advantage of it. Why these organizations aren't pushing for it. I don't have the stats put up in front of me, but I don't know how much money they lose or would lose, but I don't know. I mean, it's something definitely to think about. Purdue. I always love their basketball program. They always do good, and Purdue had some greats come through there. Drew Brees, one of them. Mike Alstott, he was a Boilermaker. You know, it just it's horrible. Give us 1 second. We'll be back, and we'll hopefully have Brandon back. Everybody, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah, we had some difficulties, and hopefully we got it fixed, and we won't be having any more issues along the way.
I hope.
So yeah, let's get back. I mean, we were talking about college and everything. I don't know. We'll see about Purdue and IU. I mean, it's what it is. We're talking about the whole BCS bowls, Summer Eve Bowl, Brazers Bowl, all that stuff. So I mean, we'll see. Maybe the future will get something. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So moving on, let's talk some NFL. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you scared me for a minute. Uh, I thought I was
I
deaf
was
now.
just looking up Brazers Bowl.
Yeah, I would not. I'd hate to.
I'm starting to GoFundMe count.
you you gonna sponsor that?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get NASCAR, and we're gonna have the dog fart 150.
Oh God, I am out of that. So let's talk some AFC.
Yeah, man. Uh, it's starting to take shape. I think.
Yeah, I mean we're over halfway through. Uh, you kind of know who's gonna be making a playoff run and who's not, correct?
Yeah, that's what I see. I
So
mean,
go ahead.
Buffalo with 7-2. KC 6-3. So's Jacksonville and Tennessee. Buffalo's 5-4 in the sixth seed. I feel like that spot is open.
Okay, who takes that spot?
Dude, I think the Raiders take it.
You think Oakland is
Yeah,
gonna get in there?
out of Buffalo, Baltimore, Oakland, and Miami, I got to take Oakland.
See, I don't know. I mean, Baltimore they're 4-5. Okay. Uh, Dolphins are 4-5. I mean, Bills are 5-4. I mean, Bills are kind of on a downslide, correct?
Yes, I think so.
But what's to say next week they don't start chugging uphill again?
That's because they got KFC,
KFC, I like the
and then
chicken.
they got Walrus. But then they got New England twice still. I know we got New England and Mexico, but Buffalo still has New England twice.
Yeah,
That's not good.
no, no, but I mean, what's to say they can't pull, one of those games? I mean, that's a pretty big deal. I mean, correct? I mean, the Patriots are 7-2.
Yeah, and they ain't going nowhere.
No, and I mean Steelers, they're 7-2. Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, the
Let me tell
Steelers.
you something.
Let me tell you something. The Steelers, they started off kind of sluggish at the beginning of the year. They found a rhythm. Okay, they're in their groove. They play Indianapolis Colts last week, and dude, if Brissett would have not threw that interception to Doyle, I think Steelers would have lost. They'd have been sitting at 6-3.
Dude, I'm not impressed with Roethlisberger. He's
I'm
got
not.
12 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
Yeah,
What's up with that? Tom Brady's sitting at 19 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
yeah. I mean that's just Brady though. You know what I mean? That's what you expect.
I
But
forgot about Tom.
how? I mean, here's the thing: the Steelers almost lost to the Colts. Okay, what's to say the Bills can't beat the Patriots twice? You know?
Because one of those games has to be at Gillette Stadium, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but let's go back. Indiana State went to Assembly Hall.
Oh, that's not. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady at home in the cold. It's not going to happen. Not against divisional opponents. No way.
You don't think they could pull one off? Or are you just
No,
saying you
no.
think they could and they're just not gonna?
Well, if they have any kind of a shot, it's going to have to be at Buffalo because they're not going to. The best case scenario is they're going to split, and I don't even see that the way they're playing.
So give me your who takes who goes to the Super Bowl in the AFC?
I'm picking New England because I don't trust Roethlisberger because we both watched that Colts game, and there was a questionable third down call that Pagano challenged, and they didn't have enough to overturn it. But I think it was a hell of a good challenge, man. And
Yeah,
Gumble immediately said, "Why? I wonder why he challenged that. Why wouldn't you challenge that? It looks like it was a terrible spot."
exactly. And we've expressed our feelings on Pagano, but that did,
Express yourself.
that didn't change that game. That what changed that game is when Brissett threw that interception that was supposed to be intended for Doyle.
He
So
could have been concussed. He was
yeah,
probably concussed.
yeah, he did get on put on concussion protocol. So we shall
Protocol.
see. Bringing out back.
I'm just being like from what I seen, I was not overly impressed with Pittsburgh.
No, I'm not. So
It looked
okay,
like a team that could go win in the snow against Bill Belichick. Sorry, you know what I mean?
can the Chiefs do it?
I think they're right now. If I had to pick a second team in the AFC, it's KFC.
KFC.
I think they're better than Pittsburgh. I know the record doesn't show it, but as I would take them
Yeah,
right now. I
without a
think.
doubt. So okay, let me ask this. Let's go back to the Bills. Who do you take to beat the Patriots? The Bills or the Browns?
Oh my God.
I mean, the
Well,
Browns are
thankfully,
0-9, so they're kind of undefeated.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I look at their schedule. Oh boy, it's not looking good now. And they played such good football against the Lions. I
yes,
watched the game. I was able to gut through it. And they were up by 7 midway through the third quarter, and their quarterback, Kaiser, I think his name is, but he got hurt and was out about 8 minutes, and that's when the Lions took over. But they played pretty good football from what I've seen. But they got Cincinnati, they got the Chargers, they got Baltimore, they got Chicago. That's their only hope because they're probably not going to beat Jacksonville,
no.
probably not going to beat Green Bay, and they're not going to beat Pittsburgh. So it's something's got to give.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only. Here's the thing. The 49ers, they won last week. And you just kind of feel bad for the Browns. Like, I understand. We were the team, that being the Oakland Raiders, that kind of got criticized, because we did so bad, with Jamarcus Russell and everything in between. All right.
Derek Carr had a terrible first year.
Yeah.
I
But
held my breath halfway through that season.
I feel for the for Cleveland Brown fans.
Well, so do I. I want them to win a game. I'm
Yeah.
rooting for them to win a game. And
How
if they could
demo-
beat the Chargers,
That'd be great. Hint, hint. So, how demoralizing though is it going to be to the team that the Browns beat?
a lot of it matters who it is. If it's a playoff team, like if they beat Jacksonville next week, or maybe Pittsburgh at the end of the year, or Green Bay has to play there. What if Green Bay stinks it up? Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be back. That could hurt.
Yeah,
But
I
I
mean,
think if the Bengals get beat by them, it's not a big deal.
no, it's yeah, but the Steelers, perfect example. Going into the playoffs, he just got beat by the Browns. I mean,
Right.
why? It's one of them things, man. You just never know. But
Well, it matters if Pittsburgh is. They might not be playing for a spot. They might be locked up by then anyway and be resting
sure.
Roethlisberger.
But even still, I mean, okay. if the Steelers backups beat the Browns, how demoralizing is it to the Browns?
Well, that game's going to be huge because that's going to put you in exclusive company with the Lions, who are the only team to not win a game. That year that I think Matt Millen was like the GM or whatever, that was a disaster. You don't want that. It would set Cleveland. Cleveland's already set back. This would set them back another decade, I think.
Well, we shall see. I mean, I just man, Jacksonville. I like them. I do. I watched them. Bortles has his flaws. Don't get me wrong, but man, if they can play, they're pretty tough.
Yeah, I like them in Tennessee. I kind of have them kind of neck and neck. I feel like they're kind of in the same spot. Maybe Tennessee a little bit ahead, but I look at their schedule and I think those guys. I think those guys make it. I never would have thought two teams making in the AFC South making the playoffs, and the Colts isn't one of them.
Yeah, I mean, how the times have changed.
Oh, hey, Bob Dylan, hey.
Yeah. So
Oh.
let's switch gears. Let's go to the NFC.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, you just went there.
Oh God.
You got okay. The Eagles aren't going to make the playoffs, are they?
No, they're done. They're done.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just write them off.
They eat the cheesesteak. They eat cheesesteaks.
I mean, they, they're the contenders for the NFC. Let's be real. You know, Cowboys with Zeke gone now. Zeke, he's gone for the year.
The Ewok. Yeah.
Cowboys, I don't foresee seeing much progress in the year. You know, Washington, they're kind of a you just never know. Dude, the Rams. The Rams are 7-2.
I like the Rams. I like New Orleans too, and Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe the Rams are 7-2 after last year. You know,
I know, and even kind of how they like kind of started this year. I was like, oh boy, here we go. But no, they look good. I feel like I've slept on Minnesota like all year.
yeah,
I mean, they're 7-2. There's three teams in the NFC that's 7-2, and I know right before we are getting ready to record, um, Teddy Bridgewater's healthy now for the Vikings.
hmm
Case Keenum just had a 4-touchdown game against Washington, and they're kind of saying they're up in the air about who's going to start, and that's so Minnesota of them right
exactly. I mean, they've always kind of had they haven't really had a good set quarterback till Favre, and you know it's one of them things where it, it's a good and a bad thing because what's to say one don't get injured, then you have a pretty decent backup, correct?
now. Yeah, but I mean, you don't want to. Case Keenum, I think, is your guy. I hate saying that, but he's played well. The last two games, he's played extremely well. The first time he came out, not so hot. But man, they're 7-2. Why mess up your chemistry right now?
Exactly. So I mean, the only issue is if it's going to get into his head about the whole like, well, are they gonna be bringing in Bridgewater? You know what I mean? Oh, I just messed up. You know, he's got to go out there and play football.
Yeah, and I think as far as the AFC goes, I feel like there's a small smidge. The top four teams, there's a little bit of room for error.
Okay.
The bottom, like the 5 and 6 teams, the wild card teams in the NFC, they've got guys right on their tails.
Yeah.
Atlanta's 5-4, Detroit's 5-4, Packers are 5-4, and the Cowboys are 5-4, and they're on the outside looking in right now. So Seattle and Carolina, all these teams, they got to keep it up because there's going to be teams making a push. Atlanta looked pretty strong against Dallas. I know they look like Super Bowl contenders again.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. I like saying that. I tell you,
You know.
yeah, no, it's one of them things. You know, Chicago, you didn't have high expectations for, and they're really not performing anything, you know what I mean, to high caliber. But you know, they're
Right.
3-6. It's kind of one of them things. I mean, they're not Browns territory yet by all means, but you know, Chicago, they're playing. They got a quarterback, I think, of the future.
I like him. I do, honestly.
I,
Just by watching him,
yeah.
I like him.
So you know,
What do you think about him?
I mean, it's nice to see some sort of structure in that position for them. You know, ever since Kyle Orton and was it Grossman? The
Yeah, Gross Point Rex. Gross Point
Floyd
Rex.
Rex. You know, he got injured. Orton took over, pretty much took him to the Super Bowl, and they let Grossman play. I mean,
That dude, that pisses me off. That pissed me off then.
yeah,
It pisses me off now. What were you thinking? That
you
was
know,
in '06 when the Colts won. Oh my God.
exactly. And you know, sitting back, well, there was money. He wanted to play. I guarantee he pushed for it because he was supposed to get bonuses for playing if he played in the Super Bowl.
The bonus.
The money is what he wanted. I, you know, I'd like to see the Bears obviously get better. You know, you have a lot of, especially around here, you know, your Chicago Bears fans and all that stuff. But I think a lot of those bandwagon fans are wanting to just look cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's diehards out there, man.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. You know, like
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, perfect example.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
but I mean, I remember Dad always watching Bears games and stuff, and you know, it just sucks for him because I've been there as a Raider fan, seeing
I
him
know.
struggle, and you know, you just hope, you know, that Dad will get to see the Bears actually win a Super Bowl again. You know,
Well, as far as right now goes, between Mike Glennon and Mitchell Trubisky, he's the guy.
yeah,
It's not Mike Glennon, and I think they were hesitant at first because he's so young. But
let
man,
him play.
yeah, and I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot to work with, and he looks pretty good. And they're not a laughing stock. There's
No,
hope. You know what I mean?
they're 3-6, but there's pride with that 3-6. Does that make sense? Like, cause you
Yeah, they're
know
not going to go out and get stomped on.
exactly. They got a guy that in 3 to 4 years might be taking them to the NFC Championship.
Oh, I
So
got a guy.
hey, I got a guy. He's got a pizza
I
shop.
got a guy.
It's it's just there's hope. There's hope. You know, and Atlanta, man, they were in the Super Bowl last year, 5-4. What the hell's going on there?
They got the Super Bowl hangover.
They got something.
I hate that, the Super Bowl hangover. Give me a break. They should want it even more when they got their asses kicked, like it happened. They should have came out like wanting to prove themselves that was a fluke. But no, they
Yeah,
didn't.
it just seems like you know, we lost. You know, I'm not in the locker
But they
room.
did
I
play
don't know.
great. They did play great against Dallas.
Yeah, but they're not playing great this season. 5-4, dude. I mean,
Yeah, they're on the outside looking in, and they're tied with four other teams. So.
you know, it just goes to show New England has a good fucking program. You know what I mean? Up there, they do, because
Oh yeah, it's historically awesome.
they're going to the Super Bowl every year. You know, Atlanta. Everybody talks. Oh, next year they're going to come back even stronger. 5-4. 5-4. That's all we got.
Yeah. And it
You
showed
know.
him training with like Marines and doing all this stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like, just
Why?
play football, dude. Play football. You
Yeah.
guys got there last year. You got embarrassed.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I mean,
I don't know. Like I said, they kind of.
so wait. Let me ask you something. Let's say, for example, let's say Seattle or Carolina slides out of the NFC. Who do you got as far as Atlanta, Detroit, Green Bay, and Dallas slipping in?
Atlanta,
Which team did
Detroit,
you
Green
pick?
Bay, or Dallas.
Dallas.
if the Cowboys, as bad as I hate saying this, if they have the Ewok, I
Oh
would.
my god.
You'd have to go Cowboys. But I mean, in the same sense, man, Bradford. I mean, he airs it out. I mean, he can score points, and it would have to be.
Stafford.
Yeah, the Packers, they don't have Rodgers. Their backup. I don't have a lot of faith in him. I don't. Backups are backups for a reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
So unless you have like Tom Brady as your backup, or Peyton Manning, or Carson Wentz as your backup, you ain't going nowhere.
All right. Who you got?
Who you got?
Who you got?
You're putting me on the spot.
Who you got? Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Give me him one more time. Let me give this through my head.
Okay. Let's say Seattle slips out.
Okay.
There's a spot open. Atlanta, Detroit, Green Bay, Cowgirls.
Atlanta. That's my pick.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's
they
hard
got.
to go against them, man.
Yeah. They went to the Super Bowl last year.
And Seattle's getting banged up, man. I mean, they've rode their entire franchise of the last 10 years on their defense, and those guys are getting knocked out at game by game. They're losing a guy.
Can I change my answer? Can I change
Sure.
my answer? Ask me it
Phone
one
a
more
friend.
time. Ask me one more time about the Seahawks slip out.
Yep.
Okay,
The
who do I got?
Falcons, the Lions, the Packers, the Cowgirls. Who you got?
49ers. You heard it here first. No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, the Falcons. I mean, that's the way I'm going.
Who you got in the AFC then? If
in the
Buffalo slips out, who you got?
Give me my choices.
Baltimore, Oakland, and Miami.
Baltimore, Oakland, or Miami?
Miami.
Miami. My heart says Oakland, but
What's your balls say?
my balls say Baltimore, maybe. Baltimore, yeah. No.
You've been high on Baltimore this year.
Yeah, I know. I just got a feeling, man. The way they went out, granted they played Miami, but dude, I don't know. Flacco, if he gets his head on straight, he can throw up some numbers. I mean, but that's any quarterback. I don't trust Derek Carr right now. I do not trust him. It seems like he is more worried about getting hit than throwing a touchdown.
It's true. Raider Romo in full effect.
Exactly. Their defense, worst thing Oakland ever did last year, biggest mistake they did was fire their offensive coordinator.
Oh, I know.
That was
Dude, the Ravens got a good schedule. Ravens got a good schedule.
Yeah.
Packers, Texans, Lions, Steelers, Browns, Colts. Okay, to end the season, they have the Brown, Colts, and Bengals.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. Why couldn't you? Who does Oakland have left? I don't have the schedule up in front of me.
It's bad. It's not. It's bad.
Exactly.
No. Hold on.
How can I not go Baltimore?
Well, I know they got New England next.
Yeah.
We lose a home game, technically. Oh, wait, no. Ooh, dude, I don't know. Oh, God. Oh, okay, so check this out. We got the Pats in Mexico. We got the Pats in Mexico City. Then we got the Broncos at home. We got the Giants at home.
That's huge.
But here's how we finish out the season.
I got it up.
Cowboys, Eagles.
Yeah. Baltimore's my choice. Miami ain't going to do much.
Yikes.
But Baltimore's my pick.
No, they're done.
Yeah. I mean, Broncos, they might be able to pull something. If the Raiders were playing last year's Raiders football, it would be Oakland. Raiders.
No, last
playing.
year was the year that it was supposed to happen.
Exactly.
And dude, when I read your blog today, it made me think, because I was sitting at the dinner table watching the game. The game was easily over. It was in hand. Okay, the game was over. You know what I mean? We
Hmm.
were up. We were just stomping the shit out of the Colts. And I turned around, and to see that, it made me sick. It made me
Yeah,
sick
yeah. It's like it
because
was
you're
like a
not guaranteed
flashback.
years like that.
No, you're
You're not
not.
guaranteed years. That's it. Like that was our year.
That was the
Uh,
year, and then we got McGloined.
oh my god. Then we got the other guy that's not good. That was from Michigan State. I can't think of his name. Damn it.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of it. You threw me on the spot. But dude, I remember that day sitting there with family, okay, hanging out, watching the game. Indianapolis. It was like the perfect day. I was gonna get to talk so much smack to my family. And when I seen him fall and grab his leg, my heart sank. Like I couldn't even finish. I could not even finish thinking.
We should have had a candlelight vigil.
Yeah, because it was the death of the season. It was the death of our championship hopes. Because look now look at him. He's a
No,
good
one thing
quarterback, but
I know, but one thing can take you out. One thing can take you out. Look at I don't want to go here. Look at the Tuck Rule game.
exactly.
That one call changed the fate of our organization and changed the fate of the Patriots organization in the opposite direction. So it's like, oh. So I mean,
It's so it's so sad. I mean, it's horrible.
I actually thought you were going to cry.
I did. I it I might have messaged you even and been like, dude, this is horrible. This ain't good. Like I was
Did you,
hoping worst case scenario, maybe a sprain. Get him to the
no, when he said
playoffs.
you could read his lips.
Yeah, I know, dude, but
That's
you gotta
wow.
hope. You gotta hope.
Did you see him break ground yesterday?
No, unfortunately, I did not.
They broke ground on the new, like on the side of the new stadium. They had this Raider shovel, and like Mark Davis was there. Mark Davis is maybe top 10 ugliest people on the planet.
Hey, he
He looks
drives
like
that
he
Astro
survived some kind
van.
of fire.
Well, it's because of his haircut, dude.
He's a billionaire, and that's who does he go to? The barber. My God.
I read an article where he rides around like a '98 Astro van. Swear to God.
I know. I've heard that. Now that you mentioned that, yeah. He's eccentric.
Yeah, he likes to keep his roots. So, you know, we gotta go to Vegas and catch a game, don't we? Right?
Absolutely, because I went to a game in Oakland this year and it was so awesome. And Yeast Mode's mom lit Al Davis's torch, and it was so awesome. It was so awesome there. The atmosphere is great.
Tell us a little bit about that. I mean,
I liked it. It's for the first time in my life I wasn't behind enemy lines. The beers were expensive, and the hot dogs were $6.
gee, a hot dog. Well,
But
they're building a new stadium. I mean, come on.
I know. Well, I didn't realize that the Warriors played like it's not even across the street. They almost share like a back parking lot. Like the
Really?
stadiums are that close together. Yeah, it was awesome. I hate like me and Irene were there, my wife, and she's like, this is kind of her first initiation into the Raider Nation, and she's like, "Why is there a baseball field on the football field?" And I'm like, "This is exactly why we're getting the hell out of here."
Yeah.
You know.
Oakland wasn't going to help him with that. They
Oh my
wanted him to
gosh, I
stay,
hated
but
that.
do nothing. Yeah,
And the bathrooms were ancient, bro. They looked like the bathrooms in like the snake pit at the Indy 500.
really.
Be like you had to like go dick to dick just to take a leak.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. I tell you what, I went and seen him opening day down in Tennessee. Went with some friends of ours, and that Nissan Stadium, it's a pretty nice stadium. I mean, I'm gonna say that, but dude, the hope of this season I mean, everywhere you heard, Raiders everywhere. They go in,
Yeah,
they
it's nice,
win.
right?
And then I went with uh, a guy that's a huge Raider fan with me. Then another guy was a Titans fan. We got to talk so much smack. But at the end, midway through the season, Titans are 6-3, Oakland's 4-5. It just
I
it's
think
horrible,
I
man.
I think Mariota and Carr are kind of building a little bit of a rivalry too. I think
Yeah,
that's why it's kind of getting branded in the media as that too. But that's how I feel. I think for years to come, you know, that's going to be a big game. Like once Brady leaves and some of these guys, Rodgers, guys like that, it's going to be those guys. So I mean, it's going to happen.
exactly. You were mentioning Golden State, so they pretty much share the same parking lot. It sounds.
Yeah, I could have thrown like I could have went outside and thrown a hobo and hit their stadium. That's how close it was.
That's pretty close. I mean, because I can't throw a hobo
It
far.
is close. The hobo was a midget.
Well, that's fine then. That
Yeah.
that is perfectly within regulations. So let's talk a little NBA. You down?
Yes, absolutely. Love basketball.
Yeah, I know. That's why I brought it up. So give me some of your big notes this year so far.
Of course, the Celtics look great. I think Kyrie Irving's playing the best basketball of his career. Um, I think Detroit. I'm really high up on Detroit. I've always liked the Pistons. This is their best start in a decade, and I look at all the players. I like Drummond. I like all these guys, but Stan Van Gundy, their coach, it's nice to see him have a good season. I think that guy's got a raw deal a couple times. In Miami, they've got rid of him. Once they got Shaq, they had this super team. Pat Riley wanted in. Then he goes to Orlando, and the biggest baby who's ever stepped foot on the court, Dwight Howard, gets rid of him. Ends up in Detroit, group of young guys, and they're looking great.
No, I have no arguments there. I mean, Detroit, 10 a decade. I mean,
At least, if not more.
like
It's their
last.
best start in a decade, but it's been a hot minute since they've really been contenders, like '04.
Yeah, I was gonna say the last time I remember Detroit even being considered good was when they were playing the Lakers, and I was coming over and watching them with you. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was rough.
that 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 was. I mean, I enjoyed basketball then, but watching that whole rivalry going on there, I don't want to use the word rivalry, but that whole series was going on there, and the emotions and everything, and the hatred going on between the two. I mean, it really brought basketball into the light for me.
Yeah, and knowing what we know now, what happened with the Lakers that year, there was so much turmoil in the organization between Kobe and Shaq and Phil Jackson and Karl Malone, but it, yeah, it was the Pistons were tough that year, and I think the Lakers were just ready to combust. But no, I mean the Lakers kind of had, and the Pistons kind of had a rivalry too back in the '80s with Magic and Isaiah. They had some absolutely
Yeah.
classic games between Isaiah and Magic, and I just always liked the Bad Boy Pistons, and I like the Showtime Lakers, and I don't know, I've always liked the Pistons
You're
too.
a Laker fan?
Yeah,
I
you
had
didn't
no
know that.
clue. No, no.
Yeah,
You,
I
you,
usually don't let people.
I figured as much. But no, I mean, Celtics are looking tough. I mean, are they the ones that win in the East?
Yeah, because I like Brad Stevens. He's a great coach, and like I said, the game has shifted. It used to be the big man. I've always been a fan of like ride the big guy, guys like Shaq and Akeem.
Sure.
But it's the point guard. It's the Russell Westbrooks, Steph Curry's, and I think Kyrie Irving's playing awesome basketball right now.
Do okay. So do you see the Pistons maybe upsetting the Celtics? 'Cause right now Pistons are 10-3, and they're on a five
I mean,
game
they
win
could.
streak, which Boston's on a 12-game win streak.
Well, and I think as a matter of fact, yeah, Boston just beat Brooklyn,
Yeah,
so
that's
they are 13
Brooklyn.
and 2. So they've I know that's 13 in a row. So that's
Yeah,
13 in a row. That I mean that's really something. And I know Kyrie Irving came back. He had 25 tonight. So I mean,
let me throw this out. You ready for this?
I am.
If the playoffs were to start tomorrow, okay, the
Hmm.
Celtics would not be in the playoffs. They're 7-7.
Oh, you mean the Cavs?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Cavs. I mean that's granted. We're what real early in the season here, but usually you got LeBron. He's usually up there in first, second.
They're not healthy. Isaiah Thomas has got to come back, man. I don't know what's going on in Cleveland. I think I'm actually more concerned with Oklahoma City
Okay.
because I think when Isaiah Thomas comes back in Cleveland, I think he's there. I think they're going to right the ship. But what is going on in Oklahoma City? They're 6-7. They got Carmelo Anthony, Nick Collison, Paul George.
Right there is your
You know,
problem.
Russell Westbrook still very close to averaging triple double a night, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Paul George effect. I mean, look what he did in Indy. It, he's out of there after this year. There's no keeping him. He's going to L.A. That's where he wants to go. I guarantee you.
We'll take him.
Yeah,
I'll take anybody right now.
why? I don't know though, man. Look what he did to the Thunder. I mean, Thunder. It just why after seeing it, is it Carmelo? Maybe, but do you want that distraction?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I mean that probably didn't help.
No, it didn't.
Dude, they're 0-5 in their division and 2-6 in the Western Conference.
It's not good, man.
What is going on?
The Timberwolves, they're 8-5. Spurs are 8-5. You know, you I did not know this. The Rockets and Warriors, they're as of right now they're tied 11-3.
Houston's playing good ball. I don't care. I don't care for him. I've never liked him. I don't like James Harden, but they're playing awesome basketball. That's for sure. I like Trevor Ariza. He used to play for the Lakers. I like him a lot. He's a great defender, great scorer. But yeah, they're doing really good. Eric Gordon plays for them, former Hoosier.
Does
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul?
But I think Chris Paul's hurt, but he's coming back sooner rather than later, they say.
So, who do you got in the West?
Well, I got to take Golden State. I'm not a madman.
I don't know. I
Until I see Chris Paul in full effect. He's obviously not what he used to be, but Houston's playing awesome basketball.
yeah, I just
And I
got a
know
vibe about Houston, man.
San Antonio's not healthy either right now, so but we'll see. I think it's Houston and Golden State, and I think it's going to be an awesome Western Conference Finals. I know that.
Oh, yeah. So, as of right now, you have the Celtics and Warriors for the
Yep.
NBA championship.
Yeah, and there's like 65 plus games to go, but
I know,
yeah, that's who I would pick.
but it's fun to predict. You know what I mean? A lot can change, but
What's going to be awesome is if Cleveland and Boston play each other in the playoffs.
oh, that'll be huge because Kyrie's got a little chip on his shoulder. He's got to.
Yeah, Dorito.
Yeah, the chip challenge, spicy.
Tostinos.
Hey,
Tostinos.
speaking of that, I was watching football. You know that whole single chip challenge is going around.
Yeah. I seen that.
Did you see Woodson? He ate it.
No,
Yeah, it was great.
Woodson ate it.
Yeah,
He could
it
probably
was,
eat a whole bag of them, bro.
yeah. I mean, it's greatness, really.
Wash it down with some Charles Woodson 24 wine.
Oh yeah, nice plug. Hey, so the Lakers, Lonzo Ball,
Oh God.
how's he doing for you? Hello.
I actually hold on. I had a call from Donald Trump. Okay, I'm
Okay,
back. What
it's
was that?
Make America Great Again.
That's right.
No,
I heard you talking about Lonzo Ball, and then the
yeah.
and then the.
How's he doing for your lovely Lakers?
Well, I mean, I'm trying not to be too critical of the guy. His dad's a complete imbecile,
Yeah,
so that doesn't help. But
dude, his
he doesn't
brother stole shoes or tried. No, I'm sorry, tried stealing stuff in China.
from 3 different stores. Now that I've heard
Yeah, I mean,
correctly.
why? What's up with that Ball family? Are they a distraction for the Lakers? Yes or no?
Yeah, they're like the male Kardashians.
They're like the Marshawn Lynches. I'm telling
Oh
you,
my
man.
god.
Lynch is a distraction. Anyways, back to the Lakers.
Well, yeah, well, and dude, I seen this thing. I'm not getting political, but Trump's like was over there. He talked to like the whatever prime president, General Sal, whatever, who's ever over there,
I
and
like
they're
his
coming
chicken.
back. Yes, they're on their way back over here.
Are they?
Yes, they're on
I
their way
haven't
back
seen any
here.
updates.
So
Why
yeah,
would you do
he got
that?
him out.
I mean, I get it, they're kids. But why would you do that?
Why you do
Why?
that?
Why do you do that?
It's the dumbest thing ever. It's because they think they're above. And I tell you what, right now, if I'm committing a crime, it's not going to be overseas, dude. That one guy like spray painted a car or something, vandalized a car back in the '90s. He got caned, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll like chop your hand off over there. You go to freaking Kuwait and shoplift, and you come out with a nub. You come out looking like Blade Runner. No,
Exactly.
dude.
Why? I mean, it just it blows my mind. And that whole Ball family, like I get it. Like I watched the draft when they drafted Ball Lonzo,
Yeah.
and his dad was over there, had all his Laker stuff on and stuff. It's a show. I get it. He's trying to build a brand. It's what it is. But it's so annoying. And then like the next night, he's on WWE Raw.
Oh
It's
my
just like,
God. I
dude,
know.
why? You know, your son needs to worry about basketball now.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. He's dude. 10 years ago, I'm telling you, they would have their own reality show.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
It'd be called like
I think they're supposed to have one.
probably it's gonna be called We Be Ballin' or
We
something.
exactly. I think it's
Ballin'
like
with the ball,
it's something like that.
hanging with Mr. Cooper.
But I mean, Magic Johnson gets on there. I ain't worried about his dad. I ain't worried. And I haven't really heard anything from the lines of, he is causing issues. But having that guy around, I get it. He said it's all a show and all that stuff. But is it? Has he became his own person? It's like Ric Flair. He talks about how, it started out as a character, but turned it into himself. He
Yeah,
became that.
Yeah, he overtook him. Yeah.
I mean,
I- well, first of all, Magic Johnson's not going to be afraid of Lonzo Ball's dad.
no,
He's pretty much cured himself of HIV. So.
exactly. Who do you take? The Ball Dad or Johnson in a one-on-one
In
game?
what?
In a one-on-one game.
Basketball? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. What are you talking about?
yeah. Come on, he's supposed to be like the greatest ball player ever, isn't he? I'm speaking of the one,
Dude,
Mr. Ball.
yeah, right, dude. Give me a break.
Okay, I was
Those
talking about badminton.
guys, dude. That guy's delirious. They're delirious.
Speaking of badminton, I'm pretty sure me and you kicked some ass at the net before with some badminton.
I almost broke my back one night playing badminton.
It was great, great time.
I tried to jump. I tried to jump the net.
And this is all while we were sober, so it was a great.
Didn't do it. Didn't do it, guys. Spoiler alert. Didn't do it.
Spoiler, breaking news. He didn't do
Mhm.
it. Didn't
That's
do
right.
it. So, but no. So okay, Warriors, Celtics for you. I'm going. Celtics Rockets.
I like that pick. I like that pick.
So
It's so fresh and so clean.
Oh, you just seriously. I can't come back. I can't come back with nothing from that. I mean, if you're so fresh and so clean, don't make me
Oh
bust out
boy.
the M&M Slim Shady.
Oh God.
Yeah, I
Please
went
don't.
there.
Please don't.
Yeah, on that note, but no, like I said, we'll see. It's still early, so. All right, man. Well, I think this is a good spot to finish up. Again, everybody, check us out on Facebook. Brandon, go on and plug that.
Yes, check it out, guys. Like and share it, man. We've been putting in some work on it, man, and there's some good stuff on there. And we're gonna be around, and you know, we're gonna have our own reality show with the balls, dude.
Exactly. Exactly. And pretty much help us grow. I mean, we're trying to do something great and hope to bring out some good content and some fun
We just made it
stuff.
through. We just made it through technical difficulties, dude.
Yeah, we have moved up in the game. Watch out.
That's right.
Watch out. We're coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also don't forget us on Twitter, Davenport underscore SN. We're doing polls and stuff. So till next time, I am out.
See you guys.
See yas.